I defend girls like that because the younger me, even the older me, kind of identifies with them. I know what it is to be confident, to be unapologetic, and to be loud, and to be shunned. It don't really matter about being shunned by racists. That's gonna happen. That's just what they do. But it's the black community giving them ammunition.
Well, darling, there's only one God. Darling, there's only...
Welcome to the Dirty Bag Podcast. I'm your host, Cookie, and as always, thank you for tapping in with me today. You could be anywhere, listening to anybody, but you're here with your girl, and that never goes unnoticed and underappreciated. I love y'all. So, quick order of business. I got to get an announcement out the way. I'm excited, y'all. You ready for this? If you are in Dallas or the surrounding area, or if you need to make a flight down to Dallas because you know y'all love to come to Texas for a quick turn up, I'm giving you a valid reason to do so. So the Dirty Bag Podcast, I will be hosting my first live podcast show June 5th. Of course, I'm going to do it at a black-owned business, Berkshire Wine Lounge. More information to come, but that's going to be a weekday. It's Wednesday because I know y'all old as hell. You got to be in bed by 10, so I'm being respective of that, and plus I'm not competing with the weekends and Dallas traffic. I wish I would. So let's talk about where the decision came from to finally do a live show. I go to a lot of events. Over the years, I've been to so many panels, just all types of inspirational meetups, what have you. And I often notice there's a certain, I'll put this shit without sounding shady, a certain archetype of black woman that seems to be excluded from the conversation. So y'all know how I get down. I'm loud as hell, little hood. I don't care about respectability politics, neither do my guests. I'm somebody's mama. I'm a little bit more seasoned. I don't feel the need to be polished all the time. And I'm not an AKA. I didn't attend a HBCU, even though I'm black as hell. I'm from the hood. I don't always see space for women like me in a lot of these conversations. So the best thing to do is you don't complain about it, you create it. And that's what I'm doing. So it's going to be the Dirty Bag Podcast presents, what else? Grown Folk Trenches. And I'm going to bring a couple of friends with me. So more details to come. I'm so hype about this because I get to bring y'all into my world. It's one thing to listen to me and watch it on YouTube. To be in the room is a whole vibe, and there might be some giveaways. So now that we got that out of the way, I want to have a conversation about what I said on the first episode. I told y'all this was going to be the year of truth, smoke, and reconciliation. And I love when content ages well because we in April. All held and broke loose. Everybody beefing. We got rap beefs. You know it's bad when Taylor Swift and wrote a song taking shots at Kim Kardashian. What the fuck is going on right now? So let's get into these beefs. Vaguely, because I don't follow every step of it. I just think that during election season, we can find better things to do with our time right now than divide the community. Drake, light-skinned ass, got everybody flipping tables. So he beefing back and forth. First it was him and J.Cole. J.Cole, for some reason, apologized. In fact, nope, pause. Not for some reason. A lot of people called J.Cole soft for writing a diss track for Kendrick Lamar and Drake. I mean, Kendrick Lamar, low-key, I guess, no, ain't no low-key. He ate his ass up. Here is why you can never, ever make me hate. You can never make me hate Jermaine Cole. Taking y'all back down social justice memory lane. In 2014, when it was not popular to protest, okay, when a lot of black Hollywood and just the black community in general was questioning what was going on in Ferguson, there was a select few of celebrities that was day one minute ones. So of course we got Jesse Williams, Common, people like that, even John Legend. But J. Cole came all the way to St. Louis. He came to Ferguson with his crew, came out in the streets with his little skeet ass sweatpants on and his little extra medium Hanes t-shirt and was, communicating with people marching. He got in the field. Now, didn't nothing crazy pop off. But the fact that he did that at a time when everybody was still on the couch, still had Twitter fingers about the right and the wrong way to protest, he was down. And then he shouted us out at the end of the Forest Hills Drive album. You don't believe me? Go back and listen to he didn't write out the credits on this album. I guess he ran out of time, so he just talked about it on the album. He shouted us out. His exact words was, everybody woke. I mean, everybody sleep, y'all still woke. So for that reason, he gonna always be a real one. And also that shows that he really ain't here for the bullshit. But obviously, pressures of social media, you got to respond. So I'm here for him apologizing because we need a little less toxicity in the community. I think a lot of black men can take note from him and cut out some of this drama. Anytime somebody gets killed, Pop Smoke, whoever, y'all talking about, we got to put the guns down. We got to put the guns down. But here y'all are encouraging something that could lead to something that nobody can come back from. Do I think it'll happen in that case? Not necessarily. But this Chris Brown and Quavo shit, somebody got to step in. The church elders got to step in. Farrakhan got to step in because Chris is unhinged. He let us know a long time ago, when he shows you who he is, believe him. Now, before anybody comes for me, I'm here for a redemption story. I've been wanting that boy to get it together, leave these girls alone, leave that white powder alone, and just move on with his life. You can tell when he's clean and all of that because he looks very healthy. Like, I want that for him. Why wouldn't anybody want any of us to turn their lives around? But what's going on right now? And really, let's just get to the root of it. It's because of a girl. Karrueche's cat needs to be studied. That mess needs to be put in a science lab. We got to figure out what the hell it is. Because this whole beef, in my personal opinion, it ain't so much about him taking shots at Quavo. I feel, as somebody that's been dealt with a man that don't know how to move on with his life, I felt like that was a message for her. Like, anybody you even entertain, I'ma body him. And he did. And that response was actually really sad. I would love for y'all to leave AI and the dead alone. I don't know why y'all got to call back up from the grave for these raps. Even Drake with Tupac, as somebody who loves that man, who feels like Tupac is my man. I was only 14, but he was mine. Let that man rest. So I'm not here. I'm here for it, but I'm not here for it. I'm here for it for the culture because at least y'all asses are rapping again, which for a while nobody was doing. Y'all out here entertaining TikTok, which as of last night, something's been passed that if old boy don't sell it, they gonna ban it. So there's that. Y'all might want to start diversifying your platforms. But I'm not here for it. But we have it in the podcast world. If anybody has ever questioned whether or not podcasters have beef, they do. I didn't watch some of my faves and people that I really respect, from B. Simone and Megan to the Know For Sure podcast. That was an excellent platform. It was good to see besties navigating spirituality and just showing a tight bond. Oops, that shit was cap because people don't know how to communicate when things go left. They done fell out and Beat started a whole new platform, and her whole rollout was low-key shading Megan. Now, I'm not hating her because B. Simone is a business woman. She's about her coins, as we all should be in this economy because everybody's poor. But at the sake of a 20-year friendship, I ain't here for it. Same thing with, Lord, Mandy and Bridget. See, the thing is, Pod, great platform, unequally yoked partners. One was more concerned with business and one felt like she brought in the talent. And this is why, the y'all podcasters that watch this, or those of y'all thinking of starting a podcast, you don't need to just jump into this world with somebody because it's your bestie. You don't start a podcast with your homegirl because y'all besties and y'all have the same views. Number one, if y'all have the exact same personality, be crystal clear, y'all gonna bore people. Can you see two monotone, low-key introverts that don't disagree on nothing trying to have a conversation? You get me for 5 minutes and I'm tapping out. And also, things happen. One of y'all is going to inevitably be the star. One of y'all is going to be more business-minded. And most people don't have those conversations before they start platforms. I'm going to tell y'all this. The two podcasts that I worked with early on, I ain't going to put neither one's name out here because I know they subscribe. I'm not trying to put y'all out there in case somebody goes back to the older episodes, but both were besties. Both podcasts are no longer in existence. I don't know the details of one relationship, but I know with the other one, the relationship definitely suffered because one didn't want to work. They just want to show up and talk, and the other one was left with doing all the editing. Please do not end y'all friendships over a podcast. Number one, most podcasts don't last more than 10 episodes. Because people don't understand podcasts is actually work. It's work. That little warm, fuzzy feeling y'all got from talking over brunch and on the phone, that's going to go away real quick when it's time to edit, when it's time to come up with a concept, when y'all done dropped an episode, ain't nobody listening to it. So now you trying to see who point the finger to. You really got to think this shit through. It is so much better to find somebody that you're in alignment with as far as goals, creativity, bringing different things to the table. That's so much better than ruining a friendship. And I'm mad because I can't have either podcast back on anymore because I can't find either one of y'all asses because y'all don't even really talk to each other. And if you're wondering which episodes those are, my number one top downloaded episode, Fuck These Kids. That was another podcast. And also The Spirit Is Not Your Little Friend. So I guess I low-keyed and dropped who it was. But I'm just saying, let's just keep the peace. And I let the men do their little rap beefs. Women, y'all don't need to be fighting. So that whole little 5-minute shit with JT and Glorilla and Young Miami. See, when friends get in groups and they don't stay on the same wavelength, or when somebody else is growing. In that situation, JT, that girl been to prison. When you've been to prison, you trying to stay out the way. You ain't necessarily trying to turn up and get involved in everything. But then Young Miami, she getting pissed on at Diddy's house. She's trying to live the life. She's trying to be that girl. You going in two completely different directions, and it's going to affect the friendship. So I'm here for my sisters. I want everybody to get along. Stay out of these beefs. But there's another sister I'm going to have to come back to. I'm going to make some of y'all mad with this because I know y'all love to hate this woman, and you know good and damn well I am Beehive. I don't give a shit. I'm original Beehive. I'm 1997, 98 Beehive before there was a Beehive, before B even went solo. No matter what this woman does, y'all are hell bent on hating her. So I hadn't got to address the product line, the hairline Cecred yet, that was met with a whole lot of criticism because of the price. Here's where I laugh at y'all. Here's where I know a lot of y'all are full of it. Them concert tickets ranged from $800 to thousands of dollars, unless you were lucky enough to get a nosebleed seat the day of, which you don't go to the Renaissance show to see an ant. You don't. But them tickets were not only expensive, but you could watch the concert in full on TikTok, and she was doing the same damn choreography that we done seen on other tours, remix. Like, there was really nothing new aside from you just experiencing Beyonce in person. That's it. But I believe the gift set or the line for all the products was like $250. That's about the price of an average lace front in Dallas. That does not include the install. That does not include the bleaching. That does not include the plucking. Same thing for these box braids. I spent damn near $500 my first summer here. Don't laugh at me, y'all. Don't judge me. I was making a nice chunk of change with a tech company, and I was trying to flex on folks. And to me, that was the going rate for braids around here. I probably would have negotiated had I. Whatever the case, we spend so much money on things that do not help our hair. But y'all mad at this line because she should have did a wig. This cost too much. And then the craziest thing is some of y'all had the audacity to question whether or not we've seen this girl's hair, her real hair. It's okay to just say you don't like her. If you've been around since 98, you know when she first came out, Beyonce was always wearing her real hair. And when she actually started doing a little like wash and twist out, which she did on the tour, y'all dragged her and said her hair was crunchy. When she rocked cornrows, let's refer back to that petty ass selfie she posted on Kanye and Kim's wedding day, because as we know now, her and Jay was going through it. She posted a picture on Instagram in some cornrows, blowing a little kiss with the peace sign, and y'all gotten her comments and said, "We don't want Bequisha. Make sure you take them braids out before the tour." This was y'all. Y'all said this. It's documented. So when the girl was wearing her hair in cornrows, it was a problem. Now all she do is wear wigs. So what does she do? And I don't know that I would have did it if I was her, but she finally dropped some content. So y'all done forced this girl's hand, and she had to get into her content creator bag, and then did a whole tutorial of her getting her hair washed with her products, which I don't think y'all have ever requested this of any other hair brand. And y'all know that a lot of these brands that you buy from the beauty supply are no longer black owned, or were never black owned, and is not growing your hair. at all. Some of y'all you ain't had edges since the Bush administration, since Trump was in office. Ain't had a deep condition since COVID. So what we talking about? If you don't already take care of your hair, or you using that cheap 99-cent prison shampoo, it don't matter anyways. You don't take care of your shit. You got a scoop of hair. You got a struggle ponytail talking about what this woman needs to do. And I know there's this little thing with, well, why y'all defending somebody that don't care about you? Do you think any celebrity technically really cares about us? Everybody has their fave, but this one, somebody that stays out of the way, she ain't on live screaming at herself for 30 minutes. She ain't in nobody's scandals. Whatever it is about this girl, she just triggers some of y'all. And my issue with it is, you don't have to like Beyonce's music, right? None of that. But if you are somebody that goes out of your way to hate on everything she does, there's a deeper issue, and I can't trust you. I don't trust nobody that doesn't recognize talent. Like, I think there's some talented people, but I don't like their music, if that makes sense. Like, I don't have to like your music, but I can respect your hustle. I can respect your work ethic. I can respect the training you've put into your craft. But the fact that y'all shoot that down all the time, I could never work with you. I do not trust you. And if you do that with her, somebody that you also don't know, chances are you're doing it with the people in your circle who are also successful that you can't compete with. Or not even compete with. They doing better than you, and instead of you getting out your feelings and getting in the bag, you rather hate. So she does this video. We see all of these inches that we knew she always had, because number one, her mama's a hairdresser. If any of y'all out here got somebody in your family that's a hairdresser, your mama's a hairdresser, and you ain't got no edges, we need to be having a different conversation. And maybe that's what some of y'all are mad about. Now y'all have moved the goalpost. So it ain't that she ain't got no hair no more. It's, oh, well, she's mixed. With what? Tina nose is yellow. Matthew nose, damn near he ain't cast iron skillet, but he's chocolate. The nigga's black. Matthew nose is black as hell. So now it's that she's mixed. Her mother is Creole. Apparently a lot of y'all don't know what Creole is. She got 2 black parents. So we're questioning her blackness now that she has hair. And it's just very strange, because black women have hair. We grow hair, and a lot of the celebrities we see that wear wigs got long hair. It's really about having access and taking care of your shit. Now, yes, genetics play a role, but I don't see y'all coming for Solange. And no hate to Solange, but it ain't really going past her shoulder. It looks like she got more Matthews genes, and we not mad about that. But now are y'all saying that she ain't black as well? And you know better, because Solange got hands. What I want more than anything is for Solange to pull up in y'all comments and challenge you straight up, drop the Addy, because you wouldn't play in her face like this. So all I'm saying is, we got to get it together and figure out a way to be okay with women that are doing a thing, that are successful. And whatever your triggers are, whatever that is, deal with it, because it's goofy. It really is. Another person y'all hate on, and this is, okay, so I'm going to say this. I defend Beyonce because she is the last of a dying breed, in my opinion. We don't have a lot of artists that give us full bodies of work anymore. Like, we have folks that do singles, go viral on TikTok, and now they famous. But we've seen the work ethic. And if you watched any of her documentaries, I'm going to tell y'all right now, the screenshot on my phone is from the Renaissance movie, where after the show, she sits up for 3 hours and goes through all the pictures the photographer took of her doing the show, selecting her favorites to send to the team to put on her social media. After a 3-hour show, this woman sits up with a head full of rollers while her babies are asleep, editing pictures, sending out messages to her team saying, good job tonight. That girl don't play. I'm sorry, that inspires the hell out of me. I don't know how that make y'all feel, but to see how somebody grinds in that, when you see that, ain't no underrated. She is accurately rated. That girl is a beast. So please respect beasts like her, and like our young ones that's paving the way also. Angel Reese. Now, season 1, let's take it back. Y'all remember I used to fight and argue with people. I used to argue up and down about Sha'Carri Richardson. I did not like y'all playing in that girl's face. Wait, mama pronouncing it wrong right now? Sha'Carri or Sha'Carri? Miss Richardson, whatever the case, y'all used to play with her. When she was up, it was cool, but you talked about her being too cocky. She was too ghetto. She had lashes. Newsflash, everybody in Dallas got them damn lashes. Sort of. The further down south you go. I'm not a fan of them lashes. but that's her thing. She's young. But when she was down, y'all couldn't wait to villainize her over some weed. Over some weed. But once she came back up again, now she dealing with Nike and all that, everybody clapping. A lot of y'all was quiet as hell when she was down, but now all of a sudden it's black girl magic because she's up and she done revived herself and she's back on top. I don't want supporters like that. Let me just start there. But people like Cecred, and I'm about to get into another one. Yes, Angel Reese. I defend girls like that because the younger me, even the older me, kind of identifies with them. I know what it is to be confident, to be unapologetic, and to be loud, and to be shunned. It don't really matter about being shunned by racists. That's gonna happen. That's just what they do. But it's the black community giving them ammunition. So there's nothing crazier to me than seeing black women, especially black men, in comments talking crazy. She overrated. She need to sit down somewhere. She ain't that good. She's ghetto. You are giving other people license to disrespect us. And what are you getting out of it? Like, we want to see people pave the way. We want to see that. Because before, y'all wasn't paying attention to track like that. Before Shakira, you wasn't. I'm a track person. I ran. I know a couple of Olympians. So when a girl comes into a sport that's track and women's basketball, y'all keep crediting Caitlin Clark, which is weird to me because that girl about has the personality of dry paint. She looks like Screech. I ain't trying to rag on her, but I'm sorry. The fact that y'all keep putting this girl on a pedestal over Angel doesn't make any sense. The only reason a lot of y'all started paying attention to Caitlin was because of last year and that interaction between her and Angel doing a little John Cena face or whoever face it is. That's what made y'all tap in. You made her some sort of victim, but y'all don't be watching when she be playing in folks' face. So it's a problem for me. But the Angel Reese hate, the way I wake up and I'm on Facebook and social media every day and I see people in comments just talking horribly about this girl and y'all forgetting she's 21. That is a child. I would love for my daughter to grow up with the self-esteem of her and our Queen Richardson. I want her to be like both of them. Like, look, you can be yourself and still be successful. You can be yourself and excel in a sport, but still be feminine and have fun and do TikToks. We're in the generation of TikTok. So these young kids are going to utilize it. And what Angel has mastered is keeping y'all hooked. Y'all want to know what's going on with the girl. If she's supposed to TikTok, she bought a new car. God forbid she dressed up for draft night. It pisses y'all off. And I don't get that. It goes back to the fact that a lot of y'all really don't like black women. And I mean, whatever, but coming for little young black girls, we need to have a different conversation. We really do. And that's why I like underdogs and I like giving space to people that y'all think shouldn't be allowed to speak. This is why I've had guests on that maybe you didn't know who they were and they were really bold and they didn't mind cussing and saying what needed to be said to make folks uncomfortable and to call out bullshit in the black community, i.e., Amanda Seales. I said this on a totally different platform, but people like her, that's a disruptor's disruptor, and y'all don't like women like that. What I appreciate about Amanda Seales is that she is unwavering and standing 10 toes down on the fact that she does not want to play the game. It's a lot of foolery going on in our community, and it needs to be called out. Y'all don't invite her into a lot of spaces because she makes folks uncomfortable, quote unquote. And people have made comments that she has an attitude. She needs to tighten up. We need to just retire all of that dialogue. We need to let it go. Sisters are not here to shrink for y'all no more. We not. Because we know that playing the game and being nice and being passive, it'll still get you disrespected. So if you're going to be disrespected by folks anyways, if you're going to deal with sexism and racism, you might as well deal with it being your damn self. I saw a post last night, actually, and it was talking about having to play the game in corporate and how black people need to play the game to move ahead. And I had, look, y'all know, I had to hop in that comment with the quickness as somebody that spent her entire career in predominantly white male-dominated spaces. Playing the game does not always work to your advantage. And when folks out here get on that coonery and you throw other skin folk under the bus for acceptance, I'm not going to say homeboy's name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He's the one that clowned Angel on ESPN or saying that he was racially and what's the boy name? He's from here. Yes. He's Nigerian. What is that? Y'all, I'm having a whole blank. Is it Ocho something? No, it's another dude. He's a little African with a box. He's always, I'm going to figure out the boy name and I'm going to hashtag it when I post this clip. But he basically talked about Angel Reese playing so tough but not being allowed, that she ain't got no business crying, because she did cry at the last media sitting as a LSU Tiger. We allowed to cry. And it wasn't about that. She was crying over the fact that sometimes it gets heavy. I know it was her last game, but she was talking about the fact that she gets death threats, which I'm sure she does. And that people have made like naked AI images of her. The girl's 21. That's not cool. But again, having another black man like say she needs to humble herself. Playing the game never works. And what I think is going to happen with this dude, I'm glad I don't remember his name right now. What's going to happen with him is he's going to get the same wake-up call as Candace Owens. Eventually, your time gonna come, and they get tired of you too. Her butt got fired, so what does she do right before she got fired? She's on the Breakfast Club. She's talking to Joe Budden. At some point in the pursuit of white acceptance, you are always gonna have to come back home. They gonna remind you still. You can only go so far with the shucking and jiving. You got to come back home, and for that reason, we all need to stick together and quit playing. The fuck? So that's all I got today, y'all. Thank you for tuning in again. More details coming soon for the Dirty Bag presents Grown Folk Trenches live show June 5th, 7:30 p.m. at the Berkshire Wine Lounge at 1110 South Ackerd. Remember the address here in Dallas. Whatever we got going on right now, wear your mask, wash your hands, socially distance, and when you get a free moment, please remember to clean out your dirty bag. Till next time.
Well, darling, there's only one God. Darling, there's only